Vardorvis is a tough fight and going in blind is going to get you absolutely wrecked. I totally suck at this game and I've died to this boss dozens of times, so hopefully you don't have to. My goal with all my videos is to not waste any of your time, so let's get stuck in with all the crucial information. As with all my quick guides, we'll assume you know how to get here and go over the gear very quickly. You're going to want to bring the best melee gear you've got and a slash weapon. An Abyssal Whip or stronger is great. Ideally, for a special attack weapon, Dragon Claws or a Void Waker will do. I'm poor, so I've bought the Abyssal Dagger. If you're really poor, bring a Dragon Dagger. For our inventory, 1 super combat, a few prayer potions, and an emergency teleport. You can also bring stuff for thralls, as I have in this video, but they can add an extra level of complexity if you're just learning the fight. When you're ready to begin, you'll need to protect from melee for most of the fight, so make sure this is up. Use your combat potion, get your thrall up, and use your best melee boosting prayer, and attack Vardorvis. Let's go over the 4 major mechanics you need to know. The first one is the flying axes. They deal up to 35 damage and cause a bleed effect, which damages you over time, so these are definitely worth avoiding. You can see I've marked these 3 tiles here. You can do this on any edge of the arena. I've also marked the axes in blue using a plugin. I'll put some links and details in the description on how to set this up. This central tile is so useful because as long as the axe does not spawn on you or opposite you, you do not need to move at all to avoid the attack. If the axe spawns on you, you'll need to click on one of the other marked tiles immediately and move back as soon as the axe moves away. If the axe spawns opposite you, you'll need to click on one of the other tiles as soon as the axe is 1 square away from you and then move back. Which tile you click on depends on what other axes are spawning. Some of the other axes can get in the way, but this is something you'll definitely pick up with practice. If an axe hits you, your priority is to get back to the central tile and avoid any other axes and make sure your HP is above 40. If you've got multiple axe hits, the bleed damage stacks up and gets nasty real quickly. The next mechanic is the head. I've marked this guy too, but the main cue for me is the sound effect that plays when he spawns. He'll launch a projectile which will turn your prayer off if it hits you. Make sure to switch to protect from range, then switch back to protect from melee as soon as possible after it hits. This is a pretty simple one to deal with, but it often catches me off guard and it can be lethal, as Vardorvis can hit big with his regular attacks if you do not have protection from melee on. I try to always keep my prayer book open unless I'm using my supplies to heal and restore. He also uses ground spikes similar to Phantom Muspa. These spawn when he moves around the arena. If you see a crack appear under you, move to a different tile. You can mitigate this mechanic a lot by standing at the edge of the arena. Not sure why, but the cracks won't spawn under you here. This is a pretty easy mechanic to deal with on its own, but can combo you out when combined with others. His final attack is the Strangle attack. He'll grab you with his tendril and you'll have to click the red dots that show up on your screen. The quicker you click them, the less damage you take. My top tip for this attack is that if you eat as soon as you click the last red blob, you can save a few ticks as you're blocked from attacking immediately after. With all the mechanics covered, here's some general tips. Try and make sure you save your special attack energy for the final phase of the fight. He's most lethal here as he throws more axes at you and the time between his special attacks speeds up. His defense also reduces as his health gets lower, so the attacks you do will do more damage. If you can afford a Blood Fury, this is a great investment as it will mitigate a lot of the chip damage you receive from Vardorvis' standard attacks. Make sure to keep an eye on your prayer points. I know this sounds obvious, but this fight is pretty mechanically demanding and it always catches me out. Before you go and get some kills yourself, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like the video if you found it useful. I'm a growing channel and any engagement helps. That's all we've got. Thanks for sticking around. I'll see you next time.